Latin American musical instruments. This is only a summary. There are many more instruments in Latin America. The conga is a single-headed hand drum that has its roots in Cuba. Congas usually come in sets of 2, with each drum tuned in a different pitch. This gives the drums a musical overtone as well as rhythmic beat. Depending on where the drum head is struck and what part of the hand is used, a multitude of sounds can be created. Some of the most famous conga players are Desi Arnaz and Jack Costanzo, both of whom were in their prime in the mid-20s. Pandeiro. The pandeiro is one of the most popular percussive instruments in Brazilian music, particularly samba and capoeira. It is similar to a tambourine in that it is a handheld drum skin with many cymbals around the side. The pandeiro can be tuned, but unlike the congas, makes it more musical and certainly more versatile. The pandeiro can be played in a number of ways, from using just one's fingertips to the entire palm. Güiro. The güiro is a handheld instrument that is played somewhat like a washboard. The güiro itself is a hollowed-out cylindrical piece of wood or metal with several grooves running horizontally down the side. The player holds the güiro in one hand and with a stick scrapes along the instrument, creating a rattling sound. It can also be struck with the stick, which creates a sound that is amplified by the hollow device. Although the güiro originated in Cuba, it can be heard in the background of music from numerous Latin American countries. Timbale. Similar to the conga, the timbale is a single-headed drum, usually played in pairs raised on stands. The timbale drum is much more shallow than the conga, however, and has metal rims. The drum heads themselves are also tuned very high, which creates a more resonant, bell-like sound. Timbales are usually played with sticks, which can be used to strike the head or as a rim shot on the metal casing. There are essential percussive instruments in Latin American genres, such as salsa, mambo, and merengue. Clave. The clave is one of the simplest yet most distinct of all Latin American percussion instruments. It is merely a hand-held wooden block, roughly the size of a large cigar. 2 claves are struck together to create the sound. The instrument even has a particular rhythm named after it, which is most commonly found in Cuban music. Maracas. While claves may be the most simply built Latin American percussion instruments, the maracas are among the simplest to play. They always come in pairs and are made up of a handle topped with hollowed-out shell filled with dried seeds. The result, when the maracas are shaken, is the sound of a rattle. These instruments have their roots in many countries, from Puerto Rico to Venezuela. Although they are distinctly Latin American, maracas have become popular around the world as backup percussion instruments. Marimba. The marimba, with its origins in South Africa, is another percussion instrument that is very common in Latin music. Unlike any of the instruments discussed previously, the marimba is a tuned instrument that produces true pitch. A marimba contains wooden rods arranged in an order similar to that of a piano keyboard, placed among large metal pipes called resonators, which help amplify the sound. It is played like a xylophone, struck with wooden mallets. Modern marimbas can have up to 5+ octaves. Cuica. Cuica is a Brazilian rhythmic instrument consisting of a drum head vibrated by oscillating a rosined string that has been placed through a hole made in it. Panpipe. Panpipe is a wind instrument consisting of cane pipes of different lengths tied in a row or a bundle together by wax or cord clay, and generally closed at the bottom. They are blown across the top, each providing a different note. The panpipe was widespread in Neolithic and pre-Columbian South American cultures. Accordion. Accordion is also like a piano, a portable wind instrument having a large bellow for forcing air through small metal reeds, a keyboard for the right hand, and buttons for sounding single bass notes or chords for the left hand. Bandoneon, a small square concertina or accordion with buttons instead of a keyboard, used specially in Latin America for tango music. What is your favorite Latin American instrument?